Hey guys, Joe with Bitraged. So I've been trading this chart here, Ethereum, and while I wait for it to make up its mind, and ultimately Bitcoin to make up its mind, I thought I'd come in and talk to you guys about Bitcoin and kind of what's going on right now. We have been holding in this channel here, and just in the last hour or so, we've started to break out of that, and ultimately the trading I'm doing on Ethereum is kind of tied to this, and it really depends on what happens to Bitcoin, and so I am watching the two very closely. So we have kind of broken through 9,300 and we're looking to drop lower. So if we draw out a Fibonacci scale, and it depends on which way you draw it, if you're looking at a bearish or a bullish trend, but you'll notice that the scale lines up the same way either way. So I'll just show you the other way here. And it does make a difference, so it depends on what you're looking at. So if we draw it this way and we consider this to be the top and then this low here at 5,800 to be our completion of this scale, we're looking at 382 and we dropped below it. We dropped below that. Not only did we drop below 382 or 38.2%, we dropped below 9,300, which was support. So we broke support here and we did pretty good. We were trying to hold above it, but frankly we just had too much volume and too much pressure to sell to really hold it. So we held it for a few hours and then now we're dropping. So from here, where are we looking? And really there's a couple places that you want to look on the chart. So one of those places is going to be right around 9,000 and just under 9,000. Now in a normal market, if we didn't have so much pressure to sell, 9,000 and just under 9,000, 8,900, right around 8,900, 8,950, that area there would normally hold as support, right? So you see we have support here. The issue is we have a lot of pressure to sell, so I don't anticipate that holding at all at this point, simply because there's too much pressure on it to go the other way. So from there, we would just look at the places in the chart where we spiked and we saw a big run. Alright, so this is a 6-hour chart, and I'm going to show you this because you can see we just started another 6-hour candle and we're kind of in a place of indecision right now, riding this line, and really it's resistance in this point now. So looking lower, we're going to be looking really at an area right in here. So we're going to come down and we're going to look probably at 8,500 to hold for support, simply because we saw this support quite a big run. You know, we went from 85 to 11,000 essentially on one support level. So obviously that does hold as support, and I do believe that we will see this box here catch the price as we fall. So I see that as one place to watch. Going down even further, you know, there is several places in here as well. There is a lot going on in this whole chunk of consolidation here. And really 8,000 would be a level that should hold as support as well, simply because we look at the chart here, we see a run up off of that, and we see quite a bit of indecision, consolidation, whatever you want to call it. We see a lot of it in here. And so 8,000 would likely hold as support as well. But I think you'll see as we drop lower and lower, and especially once we get below 9,000, you may not be able to stop the panic with a level of support like this, right? You may need a little bit more major of a level to stop that panic. So coming down further, you know, obviously we do have support in this area here, so right in that area and up here as well, really at 8,000. we do have some support, so 7,800 and 8,000, and there is a lot in this whole chunk that could catch the price. Going down even further, you know, we're looking obviously at 7,500, and then probably last we would be looking at 7,200. And why we would be looking there is it's really the first place that we saw price come back to retest. So we saw a big run, came back to retest, stopped at 7,200 and continued. And so 7,200 does hold as support. So really we have several areas to watch here, and why we do is because this really turned into consolidation, and when that happens you have more support in that area, and obviously in a normal market that would hold really well. So 7,200, 7,500, 7,800, and about 8,000, you know, generally these aren't exact numbers, so don't just take them and say, well, I'm gonna go buy that. Go look at your chart and find these for yourself. Essentially what we're looking for in support is something that held for a run. So this held for a run, this held for a run, this held for a run, and then this held to support this continuation. So that's what we're looking at as we drop further. If we redraw our Fibonacci scale here, you know, it might get a little bit confusing, but 61.8% falls right around 8,100. So it would be in this window here, 8,000, 8,100, and then 78.6 falls just below 7,200. So this box in here, 61.8 and 78.6, is going to have to stop the price from falling. If it doesn't, you know, obviously we're just going to be looking lower and lower, and from 7,100 we're looking back to 5,800. You know, because that's the next level of major support, just given the chart and what we're looking at this point. So that would be our window to watch. Essentially 7,000 to 8,000 is going to have to catch us, and the support levels in that window is really going to have to catch us if we hope to save this. But from here, from where we are right now, we're looking to see a level in the 8,000s, so probably right around 8,500, but you know, we do have a window here, and it really depends on how fast we fall, where in here we're going to catch. But we are going to catch in this area somewhere, and it really depends again on the sentiment of the market if we're going to see consolidation and how much consolidation from this level. So we'll see what happens. So volume is still up, you know, dropped down a little bit from yesterday, but it is up quite a bit, and we do have that basis to make moves. Now, the issue is at this point, the volume has been selling volume. It's been sellers, it's been bears, and we haven't seen the reverse side yet. We haven't really seen buyers, we haven't seen the bulls really be able to stop any of this panic as of yet. So you just got to keep watching it and keep watching support. So we broke support in the 9,500 area, and we're really looking for support to hold in the 8,500 area. So those are some levels that you can watch, and again, you may want to keep an eye on 9,000. I don't foresee that really holding us at this point, but it is a level of support that normally would hold in a normal market. Anyways guys, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. I hope you got some information out of this, and maybe you can go to your chart and look for those support levels yourself and really check the information I'm giving you. I want you guys to use this as reference so you can do this yourself. You can find these levels yourself. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching guys. Take care.